Guys, man, we're back at it again with the Steelers, who play second in the NFC North.
Went 8-8.
Went 8-8, yes sir. See, if it was this rule sets, back in 2019 season
For the playoff format that now we're having 7 teams, Steelers would have been in the playoffs. And this is this is why I say concerns from the playoff system new going on. But that's a different topic for another video.
Yep.
The Steelers, like I said, the Steelers would have been in 7th place. They would have made it to the playoff and faced the Kansas City, who was ultimately the Super Bowl champs.
I feel like they would have gotten blown out.
Yeah, we got blown out. That would have been a bloodbath.
No offense to all you Steelers Nation out there, because it's just how it is. Your team wasn't really good on offense.
And if you have to look at logistics, I mean, you have the stats right here. I mean, terrible stats in offense and defense.
Yeah, 27th on offense, 5th in defense. They're actually not that bad in defense. I'll give them, I'll give them benefit of doubt, mainly because of Minka Fitzpatrick. I felt that was a great fit.
TJ Watt, man.
TJ Watt is a baller. But the offense was the main concern.
Yeah, the offense was the main concern.
31st in passing yards, 29th in rushing. It just wasn't there. I mean, they technically faced last on all across the board on offense. I mean, 27th in points scored, 30th on average for yards, 31st for passing yards average, 29th in rushing yards. But I don't know what to say. But move on to the draft. I feel like they kind of fix that situation on offense, because that's what they really need to look for and to really build upon. And they picked up Chase Claypool. I think that will help the wide receiver class really well.
Yeah, I believe, because one thing, Juju Smith, you already know who was the number 1 receiver, but got double team many times throughout the season. So for Mason Rudolph, Devin Hodges, what other receiver could they really rely on that had the same protection as a Juju Smith-Schuster?
I mean, yeah, Washington, but he wasn't really being looked at the time.
Exactly, and we already know Juju is a baller, but if he's double teamed, you need to rely on your other brothers to pass the ball to. Now, Chase Claypool, great pickup, man. Was a great contributor at Notre Dame. Can do the same for the Pittsburgh Steelers. His size, frame, and everything fits perfectly for the Steelers' offensive system. And also, they got Anthony McFarland. Now, although I will say this, Steelers have about 7 running backs in the roster right now.
They have a lot right now. I don't know what you can do with that.
Now, I know James Conner was injured throughout the first half of the season.
You're right, and they were kind of panicking on who should be our next running back, what will fit the system.
I still believe James Conner is still the RB1.
Oh, for sure.
But they got to find, the RB2 and 3. I thought Benny Snell last year, who was drafted in Kentucky to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I feel like he would have been that RB2, but they didn't really get a chance. I mean, he had 3.9 yards average for carry, so not really good numbers right there. But hopefully, with all these 6 other running backs coming in, we'll bring out the best out of every running back there and create great competition. And I think the Steelers are going to stick with just 3 running backs, honestly. Now,
going back to the receiving squad, they did pick up Eric Ebron, tight end, on free agency. I think that's a great pickup. Eric Ebron, young cat, he could do a great job on the tight end spot, be along with Vince McDonald, because now you have potentially 5-4 great receivers now who can actually help out in the passing game, because they were technically last place in passing. Mm-hmm. And I think it will give Big Ben another reason to pass to his the receivers a little bit more, instead of throwing it, forcing the throws. But this will be a great opportunity for the Steelers offense. But defense, not really too concerned about the defense. They played pretty well on the defensive side. Again, Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt.
They did get an outside linebacker and Alex Highsmith from Charlotte, drafted in the 2nd round, so a great pickup there.
Yeah, play next to TJ Watt. He could play an end spot as well.
Although they do need to find a solid right tackle for the offensive line for the Steelers, but we'll see what happens with the offensive line that they have right now. Let's just do what they got, see how far it goes. Hopefully the running backs get better. They did get a guard. And it was
Kevin Dotson from
Louisiana, sorry. So great pickup for them. A solid player all around. They needed desperate help for the offense, and I believe they got that. And the wide receiver, they got the running backs, they got tight end Eric Ebron. So great additions right there.
What do you give your offseason grade for the Steelers?
Offseason grade, they fill in the holes for offense, although they didn't get a tackle. But just a solid B. I think a B. Just because they didn't get the tackle, but they got they got the precision players, wide receiver, running back, like I said. They got They got the offensive line because that was the desperate need for the offensive side. So yeah, that's all it'd be, I'd say.
I'll give them also a B. They focused on the wide receiver core because that was in desperate need as well. They couldn't really do anything in the air game at all. It gives help for the quarterbacks because they have like 4 quarterbacks right now. Yeah, just about.
Five.
Oh, 5 quarterbacks.
You got Devin Hodges, Ducky Hodges, you already know. You got Mason Rudolph, you got Big Ben, who I think might be his last year.
I think so too.
And they did pick up Paxton Lynch, and they also have JT Barrett. So it's a stacked quarterback class.
Anything could help for the number 2 spot, even the number 1 maybe, unless he gets benched. But who knows? But again, I'll give them a B. They really focused on their offense because that was a need because they were technically last on offense. So I think that would be a great pick. Those are all great pickups. Eric Ebron, I feel like that was a top pickup and that's a top need. Great job for pursuing him because that was a great move.
Though I do want to give a shout out to Trajan Bandy, who was undrafted for the Pittsburgh Steelers, came from the University of Miami.
My gosh.
Now, y'all already know I'm a huge Miami fan. I was all about the U. But Trajan Bandy felt like, to me, in my eyes, he went to the draft too early as a junior. He still needed time to develop. But if the Steelers can help him out, I mean, the Steelers do need some corners. So he has a chance to potentially make a 53-man roster. But I wouldn't think he'll be a great starter, but he'll be a great rotating corner. So shout out to Trajan Bandy, man, and good luck.
Yes, sir. Well, this will wrap up for the Steelers. We'll move on to the Browns next because the Browns kind of struggled last season and
all that hype. People were talking about Super Bowl champs, man.
All that hype. I had some beef with some of the players on the Browns, but we'll get to that.
Stay tuned for that video, y'all boys. Let's get it.